Good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we got another Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST time. This is where we pitch the best off-market deals. So I know we missed the last Tuesday. I think we sent quite a few emails on that, the spreadsheet, the deals, and of course, a lot of the opportunities that are coming available. But we're back this week, so I am getting the sheet ready, and we're going to get right into it. So got new inventory as always. We tend to have new inventory every Tuesday. Now, anybody new on the call here, if you're watching us on Instagram or live on YouTube tomorrow morning, you can pitch deals. Yes, we are doing that again. So if you have a deal to pitch, you can send us an email, j@garciamhu.com, and let us know. Because what we'll do is we're not going to bring you on Instagram here. We're going to have you on Zoom, and we'll just pitch it together off of that. So, but yes, and that could be any mobile home on land. It could be in a community. It could be a move-in ready or any exit strategy. All you're doing is pitching it and getting the attention. That's what you're trying to do is create buyers. So let's see. All right. So, and then we'll talk about a couple events that are coming available. I know a lot of requests have come in about the shadow, so we'll talk about the towards the end. But let me go ahead and get into the deals for today. All right. All right, first one I'm looking at. So we're having quite a few more coming in also that need to be moved, which is coming about this time of year. Remember, every deal, I'm talking about pivoting. I'm talking about exit strategies. I'm talking about opportunities. One of the biggest things that as mobile home investors is we have to focus on the markets. What are the markets doing now? What are the markets going to be doing next week, next month, at the end of the year, at the beginning, all those things, because you factor all those, and this is where we get in a very productive hurry. At the beginning of the year is typically income tax time, which is right now is spading right into the part where most people are not going to have that same 20, 30,000 cash to pay you, but they are going to have a large lump sum down payment or partial of where obviously you can finance. Those are opportunities, but you have to keep up with the markets. A lot of you that are thinking about I have to borrow or there has to be some type of loan for me to be able to invest. May not be wise for you to come in and start rehabbing at this time. But opportunities are there if you can. So, and of course, we have so many videos on YouTube as well, how to use other people's money, OPM, how to use credit cards, so again, endless. And for anybody that says, well, nobody is loaning on mobile homes, especially not distressed, I would say you're looking in the wrong places. I will share this with you quickly, and that's LinkedIn. LinkedIn is phenomenal. It is full of investors. And I assure you, if you have a good deal, okay, everybody will invest with you. It's just typically the deal doesn't make sense or you don't make sense as an investor. If you approach, let's get into the deals. We'll talk more on that. So here I'll go coaching. I haven't coached in about 14 days. That's what it is. I want to coach. But anyway, all right. Guyton, Georgia. This is southeast, closer towards Savannah, Georgia. If you know the map of Georgia, you can look it up. It's an 86 single wide. I believe it's a 14 by 60. 14 by 60, this one here. 2 bedroom, 1 bath, but it is immaculate. I mean, the home is move-in ready. Does need to be moved. So keep that in mind as well. But this is a hot area, hot market. So, and look, I'm not going to go through these deals. I get asked that repetitively. Can we go through every deal? We're not. This call is quickly, we're straight to the point, but we share the spreadsheet with everybody. We talked about making it private multiple times. I don't plan on making that anytime soon. So, right now, if you do not have this spreadsheet, send us an email and we will share you the spreadsheet. Every time we upload, I think the spreadsheet saves every 5 minutes, updates. So, any and every time that you open it, you are seeing the latest and the greatest. So keep that in mind as well. But as I was saying, I mean, this home needs nothing. Beautiful rehab that it's had on it. So, I mean, it's a move-in ready. This is something you move onto a piece of property or into a community property, and you can rent it out, flip it, sell it, finance, whatever it is that you're trying to do, exit strategy wise. So, okay. Now, we are moving quite a few mobile homes, and we're going to be moving quite a few more. We are getting them, gathering them into Griffin, Thomaston, Barnesville area where we have quite a few pads. I think we moved, what was it, 86 single wides. We moved 86 single wides. I mean, we got these out of Alabama. We got them out of South Georgia, West Georgia. I mean, just everywhere. It's an infill community in LaGrange, Georgia. That part now is maxed out at what it can be. Can't add any more pads at this time, but it's like that is the volume of what we can move into. So the same strategy is happening now in Thomaston and Griffin. We're waiting on, of course, some approvals, but what I'm getting at is there's a lot of opportunities that are coming. There's a lot of vacant pads. If any of you have having a mobile home, you can move it into. We can work with you. We can even pay for the transportation. So again, think about maybe you are local to the area and you can find somebody giving a mobile home away. If we can cover the cost of the transportation and the setup, yes, and we'll put decks on it and we'll put skirting for you. I mean, it just gets better and better. I mean, you would be in no money. The home will be brought into this area, this community, which is phenomenal for rentals, rent to owns, lease options, and no cost to you. And obviously, then do the rehab or whatever that puts you. That's minimal investments. When you think about moving some of these homes, where the expense comes in is I had to pay 5, 6, 7,000 just to move it. Then I have to build decks. Then I have to connect the utilities. Then I have to put so all those things start adding up. We're eliminating all the above, and that's what we did with this one here. So this is a 3-2 single wide. It was originally in Carrollton, Georgia. We moved it south into Milner. It's actually Milner, which is beside Griffin, but a lot of cosmetics. There's nothing major. This one a little bit. It's a mess. You can tell what happened here, right? Evictions. That's what happens. When people get evicted, they don't leave very friendly. But it was not destroyed. A few sections of the flooring towards the kitchen and one of the bedrooms in the back, it was a little soft, bouncy, which means most likely there's still particle board on there. Replace the above. That's what needs to be done. But it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You follow our coaching, you follow our social media. The best investment is a 3-2 single wide each and every time. Okay. Not a bad home. If we can break our contractors from finishing over in Griffin, which we're hoping they can be done in the next couple of weeks, and this home is available. Again, this is one, and it's at the lake, so the community is very quiet. It is not a 55 and above. A lot of people have asked us that because of how quiet it is. No, there is kids, and it is all age. You can't really see in the picture here, but there is a lake on the other side. You can see it from the mobile home. So anyway, this one we're asking 10K. We'll finance with 4,000 down payment. Don't forget, there's an opportunity for all of you, even though it is 10,000. All you have to do is come out of pocket 4K for the first month. Go ahead and get it rehab, put it on the market, and let the investment pay for itself. Okay, that's just a strategy that we use quite often. Is it still listed? No. Okay. And we have another one, which most likely will be moving this one as well from also Carrollton. So Carrollton is a community where the park operators, owners, they are wanting to upgrade. Anytime they evict somebody out, they're taking that to going ahead and purchasing a brand new unit and bringing it in, which means that the older units like this one, but I mean, this is a 96 model I'm showing you. So when I say old, we're not talking 60, 70 models. I mean, these are 80s, 90s. These are very decent homes to invest in. This is what we invest in on a daily basis. This one is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 96 model. It needs to be moved. Again, one of you purchase this and say, hey, put it on one of the pads in Griffin or Thomaston, we will cover the transportation. Now, that doesn't mean anywhere in the state of Georgia. Maybe you should clarify that. Somebody move it up to Kennesaw or somewhere crazy. That's not going to happen. So it has to be in our communities. Zoom out. Here we go. Nothing major with this one at all. I mean, this is a clean unit, but mobile homes tend to look quite well when there's furniture, appliances inside the home. A lot of times once they're vacated and everything's taken, from it, you can see some of the damages. So we'll wait on that. This one won't be ready until the end of April, which we have about 2-ish weeks before we can. So, but again, you could easily assign yourself to this one and say, I want to invest in this unit. Put it on pending, maybe a small deposit, and it is your home. Let's keep going to the next one. So was this 6? I don't want to go through these real quick. Where is my, here we go. Centerville. Centerville. This one we talked about slightly. Now, this one does not need to be moved. We would prefer if it does, but if it does not, there is a lot rent of 425. It's a hot market for rentals, rent to owns as well, lease options. A lot of people come through. It needs, and the people that have seen it so far have shied away from it for the same reason that most new investors do. Ooh, is dirty. If I walked into a mobile home and I saw wires hanging from the wall, I saw the ceiling caving in, meaning the roof is shot. And I saw all kinds of damages with the plumbing and the flooring and the walls. And I would say that's not happening. That's a mess. But when I walk into some of these here, and when they say it's a mess, they're relating to the trash, the clothing that's left behind. I mean, guys, that is the easiest way to invest in. And most people will shy away from this, but will go into a gut job needed mobile home. So anyway, doesn't make sense. This one here, we are asking only 5,000 or best offer. Like I said, it can stay or be moved. I will go ahead and say one of the first things you're going to need is a large 32-foot dumpster. You're looking at around $500. Get all this junk out of there and get the rehab in. You can move it. If you're going to move it first and then rehab it. So, okay. Let me see. I wanted to go over one more. We are having quite a few homes that are being finished as we speak now. These contractors are moving along rather well, rather quickly. So one thing to keep in mind as well, if you're a new investor or you simply want to connect with us, help us sell some of this inventory that we have moving ready, send us an email. Hey, I have some buyers. Hey, I know somebody looking in this area. Connect with us and get paid for a referral. $200, $300, $400, $500 per referral. Okay, that's money you can start making. So, this one is a good example. Dublin, Georgia, lot 10. I think there's a couple of residents that have already applied for this one, or potential residents, but we'll see on that. Lot rent is only $330, and it includes everything but power, water, trash, sewer, lawn care. Yes, all the above. Rents were around $700. In the same community, we have a couple other 2-1s that are renting for $775. So the market is there. 2 communities up the road, it is crazy high what the lot rents are doing. I don't agree with those, but it's not for me to say. What are the lot rents at the other community? I know at the time was 300, went up to 350. Right when it hit around 400, we branched off. Obviously, the market's not keeping up with what they're doing, so we didn't see the numbers making sense. To my understanding, those parks are now charging $525 to $575 per lot. That's crazy high. I mean, when you think of something like that in the spread, because again, that's what we coach you on. If the rental rates in the area are almost as much as lot rents, then it does not make sense for you to come in and say, hey, I can pocket $100 a month, $200 a month. On average, I like to pocket more than the lot rent is, but every market is different. So that's one of the ones we have there. And I know we had one, we made a video. I am making quite a few more educational videos, TikTok, some reels, some lives, some stories, always trying to add value. But we had one that I made a video, I haven't posted, as a matter of fact, it was made today. And that's the need and demand. I don't even have it on here. I guess it already got removed. Anyway, it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide in Griffin, Georgia. We put it on the market this morning. When I say put it on the market, it was partially posted on a couple of ads, and 2 hours later, it was sold. So, I mean, the demand is there. The demand, the need is there. And I mean, we have a list of people. Not everybody that comes to you is going to be a qualified buyer. Some may not even have the funds and want you to work with them. But the reality is the need is there. So when you're looking at these opportunities, think of where there's a need and demand, right? And focus on that. All right, let's see. That's going to be the last one. What's this? Yeah, we went through these pretty quick. Don't forget, if you're looking for land, more real estate, we have the property over in Covington, Georgia, where we are financing at this time. So if anybody wants to come in, we're only asking $5,000 down payment. Can't go wrong with that, right? Get in. It's already developed. It's just full of little trees and grass, and obviously where it's overgrown, but there's already a previous mobile home partially left on there. There's already septic, everything is set up for it. So it's simply as cleaning up. I would come in, bring maybe a new or used mobile home, or bring a brand new one, whatever you want to do on that. But the home is there. It is zone 4 mobile homes. Okay. All right. Turn the camera over real quick. So stop sharing. Couple announcements I'm going to make. Okay. We are not doing individual coaching. That's an email that keeps coming. I know we still have listed on GarciaMHU.com. We have the back pocket access, and we're doing 1, maybe 2 at most every month. And it's because of timing. I don't want to not have time to coach you for, the whole purpose of back pocket access is you can contact me anytime. Well, if I'm not available anytime, then it's not fair to you as the investor to say, I want to pay for this investment coaching and not be able to get it. So that's what it is. We are focusing on a lot of things, a lot of strategies. This upcoming Saturday, We are having an event down in, it's actually Orchard Hill, which is next to Griffin, Georgia. And it's where we have campers, RVs, and fifth wheels. Same thing, all campers. That's the way I call it. And we're going to be teaching an event on how to create cash flow doing extended stay rentals on these campers. They're set up, they're ready. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I legitimately pushed people off a couple weeks to be able to host this event because I know once that they get into these campers, they're probably not going to leave ever, which is a good thing for me, but I can have the event. So it's promised to a lot of investors, a lot of students as I held off, and the things look good. They are ready. We have a list of, and I mean, the number projections. We're always thinking maximum results. How can I get the highest, best ROI, return on my investments? And aside from Airbnbs, which we do, these campers are looking to project very good numbers. We're going to talk about numbers, number breakdowns. We're going to talk about expenses, okay? NOI, obviously, all these things matter. Who is responsible for certain utilities? How do we structure them? How do we set them up? What about the maintenance, the upkeep? All these things have to be up to par. I don't expect everybody to know everything. I am new to campers as well, but we're out there playing with these things, putting them together and seeing the market and what the need is. So Saturday, I know on here on Instagram, I keep saying I'll put the links, but I know for a fact now that you cannot click on a link. So send us an email. It is listed on here. You can join us out there. 3 people that were attending have now sent us an email saying we cannot attend in person, but we want to attend in person. So what happens now is there's 3 spots available, 3 spots for people, because now that they've told us that, we done changed their attendance so they cannot join in person. That open up 3 seats for any of you who wants to join us. So 3 more seats. And we're keeping this limited for 2 reasons, by the way. I'm being asked, why are you only taking 15 people? Okay. Campers are small. Campers are very small. We're going to be hosting an event inside a camper, which they're spacious to a certain extent. But think about a tiny house. That's what it is. Now, we try to fit 20 people in a mobile home once, and I mean, mobile homes are bigger, and it was still crowded, which is obviously common sense. But I like to get a little more personal. I like to talk to everybody that joins our events and make sure that everybody's questions get answered. So that's one of the things. And of course, there's safety that we keep in mind. But again, we don't want overcrowded. We're not going to bring 30, 40 people in a camper. That never work, right? So that's one of the reasons. But send us an email if you want to join that. Virtual, plenty of spots of that. Of course, there's no limit on Zoom. So you can definitely Zoom with us on Saturday. That's Saturday, 10 a.m. The shadow, I'm being asked. I think we got about 30 people who have asked when is the next shadow, So I'm going to talk real quickly on that. The shadow event is we're not doing today. It's a 1 full day, back-to-back, step-by-step, how to invest in mobile homes. That's where you get to come out and shadow me, and I'll teach you the steps from branding, marketing, advertising, to talking to sellers, how to make offers, how to hire and deal with contractors, the exit strategies, the documents, the legality. I mean, a list. Everybody that attends the shadow always comes typically with the same as that is so much information that's needed. So, and that's what we're trying to do. And every shadow is not the same shadow. That's another thing. Well, I've already been to the shadow. That's fine if you were at the shadow 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Every strategy that we're playing with, that we're working on, we're implementing it onto. So the next shadow event will have camper somewhere in there because that's a new strategy that we do. Now we're doing Airbnb as well, Section 8, veteran assistance, elderly housing. So all these things, we put them together for the shadow because the goal is that we're trying to add as much value. When you come to this event, we want you to leave there with knowledge. Go out and do it. Okay. You got the tools. 7 years ago when I started, all I knew was I wanted to be a landlord. Still don't know why. There's nothing wrong against landlord, but all I wanted to do was be a landlord, and I became it. So, looking back now, it's like today we're giving you all the tools. After the fact, take action. That's what I got to say. So, all right, that's going to do it for tonight's call. There is no check-in Tuesday, Saturday morning because we're going to be at the event. Now, I am going to have a few admins out there with us, so we may go live for a few minutes just to kind of give an insight of what we got going on. But it's not going to be a weekly check-in like we do every Saturday because we'll be focusing on the event. All right. So thank you, everyone on Instagram, for joining us. The replay will be on tomorrow morning. All right. Have a good night, everyone.